We have some major breaking news as Hailie Deegan has officially confirmed that she will not be returning to AM Racing going forward. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel and welcome back to the video. As I just said a second ago, we got some pretty major breaking news as Hailie Deegan has officially confirmed that she in fact will not be returning to AM Racing going forward. Here is her statement in regards to it. Beginning this season, I had a lot of excitement and hope in taking my next step in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. It's something I've been working towards for years and always dreamt about. I work hard to prepare for the season after the team pursued me to drive their car. Unfortunately, it has not turned out the way that I expected. There are always several reasons within a race team as to why things do or do not work, but sadly our goals no longer align. With that being said, myself and AM Racing will be parting ways. The only thing I'm focused on is getting back to being competitive. That is all that matters to me. I'm working as quick as possible to find the best opportunities to get back to the racetrack. I'm thankful for the following that I have, and everyone who supports me. Is truly only me that knows the whole story and what I need to succeed. See you at the track soon, Hailie Deegan. This has been rumored after it was confirmed last week that she would not be driving at the Chicago Street Course, and over the weekend she unfollowed AM Racing on Instagram. And there's been rumors, speculation that they were going to be bringing some Cup guys in potentially to replace her throughout the rest of the season. So far, Hailie Deegan, when she has driven for AM Racing, she has unfortunately completely struggled. In the 16 or 17 NASCAR Xfinity Series races that we've ran up to this point this season, she only had 4 top 20 finishes and has failed to score a single top 10. When she had joined AM Racing this year, I had expected her to run a lot better than she has ran, and unfortunately it just has not worked out for her, to be honest with you. I think AM Racing themselves have definitely been a little bit of a problem for sure. They fired the crew chief halfway through the season, and then after the last couple weeks where this team has been outside of top 30 on pure pace and speed, they went ahead and gone and replaced her. Joe Logano got behind the wheel this past weekend at the Chicago Street Course, and he ended up finishing in 8th, which while the car did have some issues and problems, they were able to work on it throughout the event, and Joe Logano recovered and got a top 10 finish, which I find to be very respectful. Look, let's be real and honest. I really do like Hailie Deegan, and I want her to succeed in this sport. The question will be, where will she end up driving going forward? There are some opportunities at teams like SS Greenlight Racing, perhaps. Maybe she leaves the Ford camp altogether, but the big problem is that when you look at the Ford's camp, she's under contract, from what I understand, with a development deal for maybe 2026. So she's not going to be going anywhere from Ford anytime soon. So you have to ask yourself at this particular point, where is she going to end up driving in 2025? Because she had a multi-year contract with the team. That's the big thing to look at right now, is she had a multi-year deal through 2025. But I don't know what teams are looking at. She does have entitlement sponsor for Monster. The big question I also have, are those sponsors at AIM Racing, Viva Seltzer, and Airbox, are they going to follow her to a newer organization going into next year? Or are they not going to follow her? That is definitely a big question that we're going to have to follow as time progresses and goes on. Look, when Hailie Deegan joined this team, I expected her to run a lot better than she has. Well, I didn't think she was going to do as well as Brett Moffitt has done behind the wheel. I certainly expected a lot better performance, and unfortunately that performance has just really not been there, sadly. Now the big question is, when you look at this 15 car, who are they going to get behind the wheel? Maybe they call it Brett Moffitt again, perhaps, and put him back behind the wheel for the rest of the year. That could certainly be a possibility. Maybe they get someone out of Bloom. We know Matt DiBenedetto's not available because he's driving for Viking, but maybe they bring Joe Logano back for a few races. Maybe they bring Harrison Burton back for a couple races. Maybe we see Ryan Blaney back behind the wheel. Who knows at this particular point? But now AIM Racing is going to have to figure out their future going into 2025 and figure out where they're going to go for here. It is, again, really disappointing to see, but it's also not shocking and surprising, right? Because like I've already mentioned and said, the performance has not been there. You look at Brett Moffitt last year. Brett Moffitt had 9 top 10 finishes in a top 5 last year. That top 5, of course, coming at the Chicago Street Course. And while I don't think that car, like I said, was amazing, Hailie Deegan definitely didn't certainly help the organization overall, and the performance was not there. There was a lot of issues with this team. There were a lot of problems, and I think there's a lot of kinks that this organization is going to have to fix going forward. For someone like Hailie Deegan, if someone's ever going to get the chance and opportunity again to get back behind the wheel. Again, Hailie Deegan's working toward her future. She does have a little bit of sponsorship, which I think is really going to help her. And at the end, it is disappointing nonetheless to see that Hailie Deegan is going to be unfortunately out of the organization. Now, the big question, like I said, is where does she end up next year, right? Because there are going to be some organizations that could be available. Maybe somehow she ends up at the Haas factory team, but I don't think that could be a possibility because Ryan Preece and Harrison Burton are heavily rumored to be going to the Haas factory team next year. Again, and also how much longer is she going to be aligned with Ford, right? Because we know that she's under contract with Ford, at least for the foreseeable future. I don't know what you do at this point with Hailie Deegan, but her future definitely is very uncertain at this moment. There weren't a lot of really great Ford teams, to be fair. I mean, RSS Racing has shown improvement this year with Ryan Sieg especially, but Blaine Perkins wasn't really setting the world on fire. But then again, Matt DiBenedetto things had some really solid runs with that team and organization, because Viking is technically working with the RSS Racing group. Again, it is disappointing, but it's not really shocking or surprising that Hailie Deegan is officially out at AM Racing. This has been rumored for the last week. There are rumors and speculation, and now it's officially confirmed. And again, it does suck to see that Hailie Deegan is no longer going to be with AM Racing. I do feel bad for her in a sense, because I truly wanted Hailie Deegan to succeed at AM Racing. But at the same token, same time, we got to be realistic and honest with ourselves, right? The performance just was not there. She wasn't doing a great job, and she just struggled a lot this year. I really hope she can find her place with an organization going into next season. Again, I really hope she can. I hope the team can open up for her maybe, where she can get some experience. Maybe she goes back down the trucks and drives for ThorSport again and drives a 6.6 truck. That certainly could be a possibility. Maybe she goes back and drives for them. Maybe she goes back to ARCA perhaps, or maybe somehow a Cup team picks her up, even though I don't think that's going to happen because of the lack of performance, unfortunately. Again, she had struggled. I don't think she was ready to move up. I think had she stayed with Toyota long term, I think she would have had a lot more success. It's going to be interesting because let's be real, she's been outperformed by other rookies. Liam Honeyman's been doing better, Shaman Gisbergen's done a lot better, and Jessie Love has also done a lot better this season. Again, I do feel bad for her a little bit, but at the same token, same time, the performance had just not been there. We'll wait and see where she ends up going to in 2025 and figure out where she ends up driving next year. But unfortunately, like I mentioned and said, Hailie Deegan is not returning to AM Racing. She's officially done with the team. I hope she can find somewhere to go where she can perform. But unfortunately, Hailie Deegan's time at AM Racing is officially done. We'll figure out as time goes on, as more information comes out about the story, you'll hear about it. We're probably going to hear AM Racing statement here very, very soon. But Hailie Deegan has officially confirmed that she, in fact, will not be returning to AM Racing in 2025. So, that is going to be today's special breaking news report. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support my Patreon as well. Let's go below that and comment your thoughts below on today's video. Where do you think Hailie Deegan's going to end up going forward? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. There won't be any more videos dropping today on the channel. Tomorrow, we're going to have some silly season stuff potentially coming as well. If the schedule gets released tomorrow, we'll have a video on that. We're going to have Truck Series race picks dropping. We're also going to have a NASCAR news discussing more about this as more information comes out about this situation. We're also going to have Xfinity Series race picks on Wednesday, and we got a lot of fantastic and great content dropping as we take you guys to Pocono Raceway. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.